Did you know that black men in America are 3 times more likely to be arrested than white men, even when acting in self-defense? Imagine risking your life to protect your family, only to be arrested, handcuffed in front of your children, and thrown into jail. This is the shocking story of Diddy Okafor, a hard-working father and husband, whose life was turned upside down in a single night. After heroically defending his family during a terrifying home invasion, Diddy was treated not as a protector but as a criminal. But what happened next was even more extraordinary. With the help of a brilliant lawyer, Sam Nwosu, Diddy's trial turned into a battle not just for his freedom but for the truth. Shocking twists, unbelievable courtroom moments, and evidence that left everyone speechless revealed the systemic flaws in the justice system many thought they understood. Stay tuned, this story will leave you inspired, outraged, and questioning what justice truly means in today's world. Diddy Okafor was a man who put his family first in every way. Originally from Ghana, Diddy had moved to the United States with his wife, Joy, to provide their 2 children, Ben and Lisa, with a brighter future. He worked tirelessly at a manufacturing plant, often picking up extra shifts to make sure his family had everything they needed. Despite his demanding schedule, Diddy was deeply involved in his kids' lives. He helped Ben with his math homework and cheered Lisa on at her school plays. For the Okafors, family wasn't just a word, it was everything. Their modest home was their sanctuary, a safe space filled with laughter, love, and the rich traditions of their Ghanaian heritage. But on a quiet evening, their sanctuary was shattered. It was just after midnight when Diddy, sitting in the living room after a long shift, heard the unmistakable sound of glass breaking in the kitchen. His heart raced as he rushed toward the noise. Standing in the kitchen was a man holding a knife. Without hesitation, Diddy grabbed a wooden broomstick and confronted the intruder. After a chaotic struggle, he managed to disarm the man and hold him down until the police arrived. But when the officers entered the home, they didn't arrest the intruder. They arrested Diddy. What should have been a clear case of self-defense quickly turned into a nightmare for Diddy and his family. The intruder, a white man named Mark Wilson, claimed he had accidentally entered the wrong house and that Diddy had attacked him without reason. Despite clear evidence of a break-in, the shattered glass, the knife on the floor, and Joy's frantic 911 call, the police chose to believe Mark's story. Diddy was handcuffed in front of his wife and children. Joy begged the officers to listen, explaining how her husband had saved their lives. But her pleas fell on deaf ears. Diddy was charged with aggravated assault, a felony that carried the possibility of up to 15 years in prison. Joy, now left to care for their children alone, was determined to fight for her husband's freedom. Desperate for help, Joy reached out to Sam Nwosu, a respected Nigerian-American defense attorney known for taking on high-profile cases involving racial injustice. Sam, who had built his career fighting for the wrongly accused, was deeply moved by Diddy's case. He knew that this wasn't just about one man, it was about exposing the systemic flaws that allowed such injustices to occur. From the moment Sam met Diddy, he saw a man who had done nothing wrong. Sam promised to fight tirelessly to clear his name. Mark Wilson's criminal record, evidence of forced entry and police body-cam footage. Sam also prepared to address the biases in the courtroom. He worked closely with Joy to help the jury understand the fear and desperation she felt that night, knowing that Diddy had saved her and their children. The trial began in a packed courtroom. On one side, Diddy sat quietly with Sam and his family. On the other, the prosecution painted him as a violent man who had overreacted. The first shocking moment came during Sam's cross-examination of Mark Wilson. Sam exposed Mark's history of criminal activity, revealing that he had been arrested multiple times for burglary. The jury's expressions shifted as Sam presented this damning information. But Sam wasn't finished. He introduced a surprise piece of evidence, a hidden security camera from a neighbor's house that captured the entire break-in. The footage showed Mark lurking outside the Okafor's home for over 10 minutes before smashing the window with a crowbar. It also recorded Mark yelling during the confrontation, "Don't call the cops. I'll say you attacked me." Gasps filled the courtroom as the video played. The footage not only corroborated Diddy's story but completely discredited Mark's claim of an accidental entry. Sam paused the video and turned to the jury. "This is the truth. This is what the police ignored. This is what the prosecution tried to bury. Mr. Okafor isn't the criminal here. He's the victim. But the most shocking moment came when Sam called Officer Jake Reynolds to the stand. Through careful questioning, Sam revealed that the officers had received a direct order to arrest Diddy before even arriving at the scene. Sam presented the dispatch log, which showed an entry stating, "Arrest the suspect," written before the officers had assessed the situation. Officer Reynolds, Sam asked, "Is it standard procedure to decide guilt before investigating a crime?" Reynolds hesitated, visibly uncomfortable. "No," he admitted. The judge leaned forward, visibly shaken. The courtroom was silent as the weight of this revelation sank in. Finally, Sam called Joy to the stand. Her emotional testimony painted a vivid picture of that terrifying night. She described how Diddy had acted selflessly to protect her and their children, risking his life to keep them safe. Her voice cracked as she spoke, leaving many in the courtroom visibly moved. In his closing argument, Sam delivered a powerful statement. Diddy Okafor is not a criminal. He is a father, a husband, and a man who acted with courage in the face of danger. The fact that he is sitting here today is not just an injustice, it is a failure of our system. But today, you have the power to correct that failure. Deliver justice for Diddy. Deliver justice for his family. Deliver justice for every innocent person who has been wronged by this system. What would you do if you were in Diddy's shoes? How would you feel if the system punished you for protecting your loved ones? Let's talk about it. Comment below and tell us where you're watching from. What part of this story resonated with you the most? It's incredible how stories like this connect with people worldwide. Together, let's discuss how we can create a justice system that treats everyone fairly. After 6 hours of deliberation, the jury returned with their verdict, not guilty. Diddy broke down in tears, embracing Joy and their children as relief and gratitude filled the courtroom. Even some jurors approached Diddy afterward, apologizing for the injustice he and his family had endured. The case wasn't just a victory for Diddy, it was a powerful wake-up call. It exposed systemic flaws in the justice system and sparked widespread conversations about racial bias, self-defense laws, and police accountability. Sam used the case to advocate for reforms, pushing for mandatory bodycams, better training for officers, and transparency in prosecutorial practices. If Diddy's story inspired you, don't let it stop here. Hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. Stories like this need to be heard. And before you go, tell us, what inspired you most about Diddy's fight for justice? How can we create a system that protects families like his instead of punishing them? Let's keep this conversation going, your voice matters. Thank you for watching, and remember, justice isn't just about laws, it's about people like Diddy Okafor and Sam Nwosu.